when people refer you, they're going to go look at your reviews. When people tell their friends about, they're going to go look at your reviews. Like they go to stumble on your website. They're like, this looks like a great practice. They're going to go look at your reviews. So don't let them find something by default. Let them find something that you intentionally created, the curated version of your brand. Let them find that. Do you find yourself annoyed by this whole concept of private practice doctors getting reviews? I mean, sometimes the best thing for the patient may not even be what they want. So maybe you're frustrated because you did everything you need to do for a patient, they had a great outcome, but they left you a 1-star review. Or you just wonder, like, why should I be evaluated based on these reviews? I feel you. And actually, I didn't pay attention to reviews that much. I said, like people do what they need to do. But then I went after proactively asking my patients to leave me reviews on Google. And a strange thing happened. A few weeks after that, I started getting this influx of new patients. And I said, hey, so how did you find out about us? They didn't just say Google, they said Google reviews. And so while it may not be fair that you're judged based on reviews, which may have nothing to do with you, maybe they're mad at the front desk, it is important that you take the time to curate the online reputation of your private practice. So today I'm going to show you 3 things you can do to curate that, where when people go and they Google your practice, they walk away thinking is the amazing practice that it is. So the first thing that you're going to do is the personal ask. And a lot of times, I just saw this actually recently in a Facebook group, and someone said, what do I need to do so my front desk can get all the reviews I'm asking them to get? They keep missing out on it and all of that. And I said, the truth of the matter is you have the most influence as a physician. You have the most influence over, your patients that come. And if anybody can get a Google review out of them, it's you. And so you want to get into this habit of asking your patients to leave you reviews. And this is something, let's do the math. It's really simple. Let's say you decided every single day, I'm going to ask 2 people for reviews. So 1 person in the morning, 1 person in the afternoon. That's just something that I do. And so that's 2 reviews a day. There are 260 working days a year. That's 520 5-star reviews, because obviously you're going to ask the people who, are pleased with what you do. So think about it, 520 5-star reviews per year in your practice. What do you think that would do? Let's say you hire 4 other doctors and they're working with you and they were all doing the same. You're talking of upwards of 2,000 reviews every single year. What will happen when people go to Google your practice is you're going to have a disproportionately more number of reviews than anybody else, which will make them think, there must be something about those guys, right? Okay, so you want to do the personal ask. And if you think about it, it is not unusual. Every time I ask doctors this, they all raise their hands. Like, how many times do you have people say, you are the best? This is what you did for me. I've been trying to get a solution to this problem for a long time. I'm so grateful that I found you. Like all of those kind of things. Or they just tell you thank you, but it's not thank you because you did something, but it's a heartfelt thank you. Maybe they felt seen. Maybe they felt heard. Every time a patient does this, I want you to hear the Dr. Una translation. They are telling you, ask me for a review. Okay? And you have to remember, sometimes people will say, well, if I did good work, they should leave me a review. Well, let's reverse that. There are many people, many vendors who have served you very well, and you've not thought about going to leave them a review because you're just not thinking about that, right? And so there's nothing wrong with your patients because they don't just by default send you a review. Actually, the people who do it by default are the people who are annoyed by something. And they'll tell you on their way out, I'm going to leave you guys a 1-star review, okay? So if you are going to get those reviews, if you are going to have an online reputation that truly represents what you do in your practice, you're going to be proactive about it, okay? So ask them. When they tell you, you're amazing, thank you for what you do, your team is amazing, I'm so glad I found your practice, all of that, just take the time, stop, and ask them. Okay, and it can be as simple as this. Hey, thank you so much for saying that. Now, can you tell the world? Can you leave a Google review for me? You can just say what you just said. Beautiful 5 stars that we all love. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. And if you do that over and over and over, you will have all those reviews you want. So the personal ask. And I said this first because a lot of times above the other things that I'm going to show you, this is the one that gets the most results. Okay. It's the one that gets the most results. And it's a really, really low lift for you. So that's number 1. Number two is the mass ask. Okay. Now the mass ask, it could be once a month, once a quarter, however often you want to do that. You ask everybody in your practice to leave your review, and you can take advantage of anything. Like it could be your birthday and you're like, in lieu of gifts this year, I'm taking reviews. If this practice has been of benefit to you at all, leave us a review, right? And you put the link and all those things. You can send it as an email, you can send it as a text, and people will respond to that. You could do it on Mother's Day if you are a female physician. You could do it on Father's Day. You could pick any occasion and say, this is what we're doing, right? And then you get those reviews. So this could be to your entire list, which could be 1,000 people, 3,000 people, 10,000 people. All of them are not going to respond. But think about it. If you have an email list of 5,000 people, and only 10% responded, that's 500 reviews. If 1% responded, that's 50 reviews. That's 50 more reviews than you had. So the mass method works. It works. And you just want to periodically decide when you want to take advantage of it. You can say, I do that once a quarter. And that would be the thing that you do. Now, someone may be asking, email list. We don't have an email list, okay? Even though in private practices, we almost always collect emails, sometimes we haven't put it together, so we use that. So if you want me to do a video about how to leverage your email list to create growth in your private practice, just let me know in the comments and I'll make a video just for you. Okay. Now, the third thing is the automated ask. And so you can check with your EHR. There are a number of EHR companies that already have it in there that you can send an automated text after somebody completes a visit. If you have that, you want to take advantage of it, okay? And you want to make sure, set it up so that every time they're done with a visit, they get this and it's like, go leave us a review and stuff like that. Now, somebody may have come in and they were annoyed because they had to pay their copay and stuff. So maybe they were not the person you want to send an automated text to. But you can always train your team. Like if there's, people that it was a difficult visit or whatever, you can just stop the automation for them. So there are a number of tools as well that will do that. So you want to take advantage of that. So think about it. If you are consistently doing the personal ask, which is a very low lift because it's once every session, so twice a day. If you're doing the personal ask and you're doing the mass ask and you're doing the automated ask, guess what will happen? You're going to have a ton of reviews. And so when people go to look at you online, they will find something online that actually represents what is happening in your practice. And people make decisions based on their Google reviews. Don't believe the lie that they don't. Okay. This was funny. This happened to me. I was at the airport and, I told myself I was not going to go look at books. Okay. Because I have a ton of books. I love reading. I already had 3 books or so that I was traveling with. Like, I know I don't need any more books. Right. And so I was like, I'm not going to go. And then I was in the airport. I walked past a bookstore. I was like, okay, fine. It is what it is, but I'm not going to buy anything. So I go in there. I'm looking through the books. And, I remember, I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to read this book. Oh my goodness, I need to read that book. But it was very interesting what I did. I was observing myself, right? After I looked at it, I'm like, this is really great. I would then go to Amazon, pull up the same books and go read the reviews. This is human behavior. So when people refer you, they're going to go look at your reviews. When people tell their friends about, they're going to go look at your reviews. Like they stumble on your website. They're like, this looks like a great practice. They're going to go look at your reviews. So don't let them find something by default. Let them find something that you intentionally created, the curated version of your brand. Let them find that. Okay. All right. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to install this in your practice. I want you to start with the lowest hanging fruit. I want you to start asking, okay? And this stuff works. I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Tolu. Dr. Tolu Benton, she's a doctor in the EntreMD Business School. She has had her practice for about 3 years at this point. She has 1,245 reviews. I checked before I came on this recording. 1,245 because she's doing these things, right? And so imagine that. Only 3 years. Imagine that. So I want you to go and implement this because I know you can have upwards of 500 reviews over the next 12 months. And that will be so amazing for your practice. And there is a movement, I don't know if you know, a movement of private practice owners who have decided that they're going to defy the status quo and they're going to build private practices that are profitable, have a lot of impact, create time freedom and financial freedom for them. And if you're not part of the movement, I want to welcome you to come join us. It's entremd.com/movement. Okay. So just imagine this. Imagine that 12 months from now, you have 500 curated reviews. They're 4 and 5 stars. And people are trooping into your private practice because they're like, oh my goodness, apparently this is the practice to be at. I wish that for you. And I can't wait to see you. I want you to go check out our next video, right? Because this is all about growing your practice. And it's about how to host profitable events for your private practice. Many people don't think they can do that, but go watch the video. It will turn your practice around.